Welcome to the tutorial on how to learn how to use the Chemnitz keyboards and fonts for music notation. We had this built out for Finale, which was a very popular music program, but they were bought out by a German company, and the new company's software does not work with ours, so we had to abandon that. Fortunately, we found MuseScore. It's free. That's its biggest plus. And anyone who's even a little bit curious can afford free. So I'm going to start off by just sort of explaining that there's three kinds of keyboards that are keyboard mappings. There's one for the left hand. So when you're using a left hand keyboard, the buttons you push, if you push the A, you'll get a full A major chord with all the button numbers on it. And if you push if you want the right hand, you have to use the right hand keyboard to get the right hand numbers, because they're just too different. You can't do it all on one keyboard. So it's a software that just remaps the keyboards. So I'll show you here. If you hit the Windows button and the and the space bar, you can toggle between the three keyboards. The main one, the English keyboard, is obviously for English. So that would be for like doing lyrics, song titles, and things. Then this is the Chemnitz right hand and the Chemnitz left hand. So I'll start off by just renaming the song. I'm just going to do one that was recently done for the club. It's Annie's Waltz. I got to make sure I've got my US keyboard. And I'll change that date. And you can also, it's pretty easy to just start moving things around and create more space here. If I pull it down too far, you can see another measure appears up on the right hand side. That means we just moved something off the page, and now it's right back where it belongs. And I think that looks fine. I think I want CAC, CE to be down here a little bit more. That looks good. Then this is in 3/4. So I just change that to 3/4 and go up to Format, Measures per System. And for this song, we want 7 measures per line or per system. Now the next step is to put in the actual musical notes. You can do it manually. I mean, it's all going to be manual, but you can click on this quarter note, and you could, identify them and put them in that way. It's a little slower, and you'll miss a lot, and a lot of duplication as a result of that. So what I prefer doing is you hit the letter N, and that puts us into key mode. So now I can put, let's see, I'll start off with the first, and it's going to be a D. So if I'm in key mode entry, I hit D, and I get, the note just appears. And then on the right hand keyboard, the nine pad key, I want another quarter note. A 5 is a quarter note, so I hit 5, and then another D. Then still a quarter note, so it'll be a C, A, E, C, A, E. Oh, I want it up. So I hit Control arrow up, and it goes up an octave. Then I want a half note, dotted half B. So I push on the right hand keyboard. There'll be maps for all this stuff, but I'm just telling you what's happening. I hit 6 and B. And now I'm going to extend that a little bit to make it a dotted quarter with that quarter note tie over and jump across. Now I need a half note E, followed by a quarter note F, followed by G, F, E, and a dotted quarter D, with a quarter note tie over. Then it's D, F, A, quarter notes, then a CCC. Control arrow down to change the octave. C, C, C. B, D. This is a dotted quarter. There we go, dotted quarter with an eighth note. It's another D. And then it goes to quarter note G, F, E. Then half note of D, a quarter note of D, and then C, A, D. And there, that's done. I can see how you can get really fast at doing this. I've not done the note entry by using the letter number, the music note number, the music's letter, and it just, I like it so far. Now we have to put in the right hand numbers, and so you hit N to turn off note input. Click on where I want to start here at the very beginning, and let's do a Control T. That gives me my text box in the upper, above the notes. Now at this point, I want to make sure I'm in the right hand. So I hit the Windows flag button, and you'll see there's right hand. I've got it left hand, keyboard US. Yeah, I want the right hand. And sometimes it takes a few tries to get this, but it's a push 3-2. Tab, there it worked. And I go over to hit equals. That gives me my repeat sign. I'll change the spacing. There we go. And the next one is a pull 3-2, followed by a 2-1, followed by a 7-1. Now push 2-1. And I'm just going to toggle over to here and do a repeat. I don't know why, but that's what I've got in my, the way it's set up right now. Pull 4-3, 8-7, 8-7. And this next one is a 2-0 over 4. And I'm going to check the spacing on that. Another 8-7. 8-7, and then 4-3. And this one is a push 3-2. Okay, then let's go to the next line. Control L, Control T. And that's a push 3-2. And this is 7-3. And after I hit the 7-3 tab, and the tab triggers it, so it comes out. 8-3, tab, and 12-3, 3-2, repeat, repeat, push 2-1, push 2-1, push 3-2, tab, and this one is a equal sign, gives us the repeat, then a 20 over 4 and 87 tab and the 4-3 push 3-2 repeat. I don't know if we need to have the push symbol above that repeat, but it's there and I'm using it. Then a pull 3-2 tab and then a pull 2-1 and this last one here is going to be a 7-1. Great. So that takes care of those things. Now let's move on to the left hand, and we're going to put in our chords and our chord names. It's my recommendation that to help beginners, the first time you use a chord, always use the full chords, all the buttons, so they know what's going on. So I want to put it in here, click on the D. I want the chord to appear below that. Control L, and then I'm going to do a quick check to make sure I've got my left hand keyboard selected, and I do, so I hit letter A, tab, and the A major chord appears. And I turn off autoplay as I move through here. That keeps it from jumping around too much. And hit the repeat bar. And then over to here, the next chord up is a D7. I just hit the letter D followed by the number 7, and that shows up. Space bar over to the next chord. I want to get the repeat in. And this one is going to be a G7. And the repeat doesn't work too well in this format, so I'm just not going to do that. But over here, I'm going to click in the middle on that rest because I want the repeat sign to appear right below it. Control L, hit the letter X, and that little that pops in there. Now I'm going to hit on this button, or this note, Control L, and that's going to be a C major chord. And repeat, and then jump over that. I want to go to the middle of this one, and X, and that gets me my repeat. And I keep going all the way over to the next one, which is would be a G chord. And that to get just the chord name, it's right Alt and G tab, and then it goes in. When I finish a line, I kind of like to clean it up, so this one I'm just going to move it over here a little bit better, a little bit more. And then we proceed over here to the next line, and that also is going to be a C. I want it to be centered, so I'll start here, Control L, and then Alt C. And there it pops right in. This next one is going to be a D7. We've already used the D7 chord, so this is where it starts going faster. Control L, and it's Alt D7. And this next one is a repeat, X, 1, 2, 3, and that's a G, Alt G, tab, 1, 2, 3. And then it's a C again, Alt C, tab. And let's go over to this one. Now it's going to be a G, Alt G, and I'll adjust that later. And then I finish up here with a D7 and a G. So Alt, Control L, Alt D7, space, Alt G, tab, and that's it. It's pretty quick, and I'm still learning how to do it. I spent all my time trying to figure out how to make it work, but I have not developed any proficiency yet. Jerry Krzmarzick has got some proficiency, so if you have any questions, he's a good person to be talking to about how you actually use it. And that's the end of this little tutorial.